Protesters have gathered outside the Supreme Court following the leak of the draft that says the court is likely to overturn Roe v. Wade.
What it means, because this deals with what the Constitution does or does not say about privacy, you're going to get into some other sticky issues as well. By the time protesters showed up to the Supreme Court, the Metro D.C. Police Department had already put barriers up. The timing of it is just ridiculously weird.
KFI AM 640. The news. What it means. Why it matters.
KFI.
KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
A black eye for the Sheriff's Department. I'm Chris Little, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. An LA County Sheriff's deputy has been charged with assaulting an unarmed woman and lying about it during a disturbance call in Chatsworth. The LA County DA's office says some of the deputy's actions last April were caught on body cam. The deputy has been charged with 2 counts of assault under the color of authority and 1 count of falsifying a report. A third official from the LA County Sheriff's Department has filed a legal claim saying Sheriff Alex Villanueva tried to cover up a video of a deputy putting his knee on an inmate's head and neck. Former Chief Luana Hasserling claims she gave the DVD to former Assistant Sheriff Robin Limon, and that Limon said she was heading immediately from there to Villanueva's office to show him the video. Villanueva has denied any cover-up occurred. A woman has been charged with murder plus sentencing enhancements for allegedly stabbing her boyfriend in Santa Ana in 1996.
Santa Ana police say investigators were originally told a black man had broken into the couple's apartment and stabbed Christopher Hervey multiple times. Neighbors had reported hearing an argument for 15 minutes, but the case went cold. Investigators say an anonymous letter was received in early 2020 that implicated Jay Benning, Hervey's girlfriend at the time. Benning was arrested Tuesday in Austin, Texas on a $1 million warrant and is expected to be extradited back to Orange County. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
The LAPD says the guy who attacked comedian Dave Chappelle has been booked for felony assault with a deadly weapon.
Police say that weapon's a replica handgun with a retractable knife. The LAPD would not say whether the fake gun was plastic, metal, or rubber, and wouldn't say what the blade was made of. Investigators say on Tuesday night the man rushed the stage at the Hollywood Bowl and body slammed Chappelle. Chappelle was able to break free, and others held the man until cops arrived. The man was taken to a hospital because of injuries he got during the attack, and police sources say he was also evaluated for possible mental illness. The Hollywood Bowl's owned by LA County, and when I asked them how a weapon made it through security, I got no response. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
Ukrainian President Zelensky says his country would respond to Russia's latest attacks to cut off supplies coming from the U.S. and NATO. ABC's Ian Pinnell says the war continues. As it continues, Russians and Ukrainians pay a price.
Gruesome images show dead Russian soldiers lying in the open as Ukrainian troops retake territory. Some bodies even arranged in the Z pattern that Russia uses as an insignia for its war.
Air raid sirens sounded in cities across the country yesterday. Attacks were reported near Kyiv and in Dnipro, where a rail facility was hit. We'll take a look at your drive after we check sports with Wayne.
The Giants leave L.A. double losers after the Dodgers swept the short series with a 9-1 win last night. A couple of guys thought to be in slumps seem to be coming out of them.
And Mookie Betts on the first pitch he sees, and the 6 hits one to the wall, and it is gone, a home run for Betts, his 4th home run of the year.
The boys in blue are off today. The Angels took the Boston Red Sox into a 10th inning with a 4-4 tie, and then went bat crazy, outscoring the Sox in the 10th 6-1 for a 10-5 Halos victory. That series concludes today at 10:30 with Shohei Ohtani starting. The LA Kings lost Game 2 of their NHL playoff series against the Edmonton Oilers. The score there, 6-0. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
If you bought or leased a new car after 2015 and you've repeatedly been back to the dealer for repairs and nothing happens, your car may be a lemon. But let me recommend the team of lemon law attorneys at Knight Law Group. Those are the people that know what they're doing to help you with your lemon. You may have the right to substantial compensation or the repurchase of your car. So call the Knight Law Group for free consultation, 844-43-LEMON, 844-43-LEMON, or visit knightlaw.com. That's Knight with a K, knightlaw.com.
Sunny today, highs in the mid-70s at the beaches to the lower 80s for Metro LA and Orange County, mid-80s to lower 90s for the valleys, the high desert, and the inland Empire. Right now in Anaheim, it's 59, Fullerton 61, it's 52 in West Hills, 58 here in Burbank. The KFI Financial Report brought to you by Sweet James Accident Attorneys. Not looking too good. Right now the Dow is down 1.5%. It's down 519 points. S&P 500 down almost 2%. Or 83 points. NASDAQ is down almost 3%, or down right now at 367 points. And the price for a gallon of regular gas in California is $5.70.
If you're hurt in an accident, call the attorneys at Sweet James, 800-500-5200.
Let's check Malibu Canyon with Jeff.
The popular driving is down for the count now. Listen up, the Las Virgenes to Malibu Canyon run, where it changes names at Bayuma, right by the power plant. It's shut down. There's a power pole down. We just had a look at it a few minutes ago. I put a picture up on Twitter if you can safely look at it. But the delays now coming out of Calabasas, they start at Lost Hills Road. That's quite severe, as you know. We'll try and keep track of this as the morning progresses, but boy, it's not a good situation. Canaan and Topanga, they're open, 101 PCH, as is the eastbound 101. It's kind of busy, but it'll get you through. Now, out to inland, I heard Chris mention that just a little while ago, and big troubles coming through San Bernardino, the South 215, right around Rialto, Route 66. Before you get downtown, get a bunch of lanes blocked. It's really backed up from before the 210, going down on the 15, slightly better, but slowed down to the 60. Kind of normal morning drive stuff. Back to the San Fernando Valley, South 405 is getting slower and slower, that's for sure. What we're looking at now, pretty much south of Roscoe. That's where your drive will start. Be careful. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the sky.
You know, every 3 seconds there is a new victim of identity theft. A criminal could be applying for loans in your name, selling your personal information on the dark web. Now, protecting your identity can be very easy thanks to LifeLock by Norton. No one company can prevent all identity theft or monitor every transaction of every business, but LifeLock, it's simple and easy to protect yourself, and you'll save up to 25% off your first year when you go to LifeLock.com or call 1-800-LifeLock. Just use the promo code Hannity.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. Your first step towards your dream kitchen should be a totally free in-showroom consultation with my friends at the Kitchen Store. Experienced kitchen designers, a 7,000 square foot showroom, state-of-the-art computer design, 12-month same as cash financing, pricing that beats the big boxes, all right off the 405 in Culver City. For more than 50 years, the Kitchen Store is the place for kitchen cabinets. Dial 310-KITCHEN. That's 310-KITCHEN, or find them on the web at 310kitchen.com.
This is Jacob Emrani. If you've been in an accident, call 844-24-JACOB.
KFI. More stimulating talk.
An iHeart radio station.
There's something bad about to happen to me. I don't know what
KFI AM 640. Bill Handel here. On a Thursday morning, May 5th, some of the top stories that we are following. A third high-ranking sheriff's executive, LASD executive, has filed a legal claim against the sheriff, arguing that the sheriff covered up the use of force incident in March of 2021 and is retaliating against the executive, the high-ranking, the administrator, I guess, for reporting, trying to stop it, whatever. So that's number 3. Yesterday, the leaked version of the day before of the Roe v. Wade decision, and there's just a huge outcry. The Chief Justice Roberts is screaming legitimately about how did the leak happen? It's never happened before. It was a first draft. That's it. The final decision isn't coming down until probably late June. There's going to be other language. It may be somewhat modified. It generally is. But it sure looks like the basic tenet here, Roe v. Wade, is going to be overturned. And that is the anticipation of everybody in the country, especially the red states. Now, I'm going to do a couple of topics today. The abortion pill, corporate America, how do they deal with this difference in Roe v. Wade? And this one, then later on, the health consequences of denying abortion. So there's a lot to talk about today. But let's talk about the red states. that already not only are now are anticipated, but have anticipated as soon as the conservative court came into being. When the three justices came in, very conservative justices that were nominated by President Trump and confirmed, the first thing everybody said was Roe v. Wade's in danger. There's no question about it. We're looking at and anticipating the court overturning Roe v. Wade, and it's going down that path exactly as anticipated. And the red states, who have tried over and over again to limit abortion, to restrict abortion services and access to abortion, to try to overturn abortion if they could. I mean, there was law after law, all shut down over and over again by the federal courts and the appeals courts based on Roe v. Wade. Well, that's all going to disappear. And you're going to have these states, and it's going to range all the way from any doctor performing an abortion is going to prison for 10 years, to states modeling the Texas law, where an individual, any citizen, any resident of the state of Texas can sue not only the provider, but the Uber driver that delivers a woman to an abortion clinic and get a minimum of $10,000. Very clever way to do an end around on the law, which under normal circumstances would be tossed immediately by an appeals court based on Roe v. Wade. That's going to disappear. So the director of Trust Women, a woman by the name of Rebecca Tong, and she runs clinics in Kansas and Oklahoma, said about the South, this is where it's the sort of ground zero of anti-abortion legislation. She said this is the region of the country where it's not just an abortion desert, it's a healthcare desert. Because if you compare those states that are going to outlaw abortion and the quality of health care, expansion of Medicaid, for example, mortality rates, health of the residents and the citizens, there's a huge difference. They don't do as well as the states that, in fact, allow abortion. Now, is there a causal connection? I think so. Because if you don't have access, I believe it's a state that just doesn't spend a whole lot of money. Mississippi, for example, clearly abortions are going to be illegal. Look at the health care there. Is Mississippi number 50? Where I think the average life expectancy is like 14. There seems to be a connection, although there's no science to determine that. But I'm going to tell you where I come from. And again, I'm going to tell you it's no science, just the way I'm looking at it. And then you have states, for example, Oklahoma. The governor, Kevin Stitt, very conservative Republican, just signed a law banning abortion after fetal cardiac activity, when the heartbeat is first detected, about 6 weeks. Which means many women don't even know they're pregnant. And once they find out they're pregnant and want to undergo an abortion procedure, can't. So they have to go to another state. Texas, for example, Texans would have to go to Oklahoma. Well, Oklahoma is just passed its own anti-abortion statute. So now you're going to have states that, especially in the South, are few and far between. They have to travel to other states. And it's going to break down. It is truly going to break down. If you think the difference between a California and a New York and a state in the South is big now, socially, economically speaking, culturally speaking, man, wait until this abortion thing settles down and we know exactly which states are going to go where. Matter of fact, we know now. And you're going to see just this huge difference. And Rebecca Tong is right. Man, it's like two countries is the way she described it. And it's absolutely true. And so you have clinics, for example, in Oklahoma, and they only have so many weeks until the law is actually decided. Right now, Roe v. Wade is still in place. People think that there is no Roe v. Wade anymore. It is. It's law until the Supreme Court actually releases its decision. And once it releases its decision, it's effective immediately. Abortion is done in many, many parts of the country. So I want to get into the health consequences, specific of denying abortion. I'll explain that one because that's something we have to explore. In the meantime, let's take a break and check in with Chris Little live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
More than 1 million people have died from COVID-19. The U.S. reached the milestone this week. NBC has counted the number of Americans who have died from the disease between January 2020 and May 4th. Florida Republican Representative Matt Gaetz has been criticized for tweeting that women who have rallied for abortion rights are overeducated, underloved millennials. His tweet yesterday followed the leak of draft majority opinion that said Roe versus Wade must be overturned. Bill Kristol, the editor-at-large of The Bulwark, tweeted Gates' comment reveals his witless and vulgar misogyny. We'll check the drive on the 215 next.
Navigating Medicare can really be a bear. It can literally be overwhelming. A lot of plans out there. They change every year. So if you're on Medicare, do you switch? If you're about to go on Medicare, which plan do you go on? So I'm going to suggest contacting the folks at AGA Medicare Options. They're going to get you, they're going to help you get educated about the rules before you make up your mind. Which program are you going to be involved in? And they're inviting you to a free dinner and educational Medicare seminar, one near you. No enrollments, no sales. It literally is an educational seminar. And they'll help you decide and advise you on plans that fit your budget, your situation, accepted by your physicians, cover your medications at the lowest out-of-pocket costs. Now, pound 250 on your cell phone, say My Medicare. Pound 250 on the cell, say My Medicare, or go to AGAMedicareOptions.com.
Sunny today, highs in the mid-70s at the beaches, 80s and 90s inland. This report brought to you by Audible. We've got problems on the 215.
Oh boy, do we ever. Listen to them now. Problems all over the place. San Bernardino, southbound 215 at Route 66. That's before the 10, boy, bad crush there. 12:02 left, the time's all long delays coming down from the 210. If you want to use the 15, coming away from the split, it's okay, down to the 210. Speaking of the 210, eastbound at Urbandale, earlier problem to the shoulder, and Malibu Canyon, listen up, it's shut down to Pioma, in between Pioma and Civic Center, actually. We'll keep tabs on that for you, but long time delays, especially on Los Virgenes. Canyon, Topanga, 101 will help you out. Jeff, KFI in the sky.
Hi, Rick Edelman here. You want to finally understand all this hubbub about blockchain and digital assets? I'm excited to tell you that you can now order your copy of my brand new book, The Truth About Crypto. The Truth About Crypto is my straightforward, practical guide to introduce you to the most profound innovation for commerce since the invention of the Internet. Blockchain technology is going to add $2 trillion to the world's economy this decade. I'm a #1 New York Times best-selling author, and my new book shows you how you can engage in today's new investment marketplace. The Truth About Crypto. It's fun to read, easy to understand. Most importantly, it gives you the sound, practical information you need to succeed with this new asset class. I cut through the jargon to reveal why blockchain is so transformative and how it works. A must-read guide if you want to achieve investment success today. Order your copy of The Truth About Crypto right now at your favorite bookseller.
Dear Ma, I owe it all to you. My life, career, success. You knew from the day I was born I had the perfect face for radio. Happy Mother's Day. Hey, wait a minute. And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morongo. Number 5.
Treat Mom and treat yourself. We have a mother-daughter mani-pedi special running all month at Bridge Spa.
Number 4.
Party down in our baby pit. All players at your table could win up to $100 in promo checks from 2 to 10 p.m. Friday.
3.
Mama with Mama. Live Latin music. Free at Sideline Stage on Mother's Day. 6 to 10 p.m.
And the number 2.
Bachelor Vista Jewels giveaway. Get a necklace and earring set when you earn 500 points on your rewards card the 9th or 10th.
And the number 1 reason.
Spice it up on Mexican Mother's Day. Get carne asada at Good Times Cafe or Chili Colorado at Fiesta Taco. Freshly priced, made from
Morongo Casino Resort Hotel. Morongo. Good times.
Californians have worked really hard to beat COVID-19 by doing the things we know work best, like getting vaccinated and boosted, testing before and after travel, staying home when feeling sick, and wearing a mask when it can protect us and others. Let's continue to do our part to keep each other safer from COVID-19. When we work together, there's nothing we can't overcome.
Learn more at covid19.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Summer is coming, and now is the best time to get solar because
SolarMax Technology's spring solar sale is on through May 31st.
just think no more worrying. How much is this going to cost me if I turn on the AC?
Get solar for $49.93 a month with 0 down and a 0.99% APR.
SolarMax can offer this because their panels are designed, engineered, and assembled locally under one roof out in Riverside.
Call SolarMax. Get solar for $49.93 a month, 0 down, 0.99% APR.
Pound 250 on your cell, say SolarMax, pound 250 SolarMax, or go to SolarMaxTech.com. Monthly payment available on food credit CSLB 9720.
KFI AM 640.
The news, what it means, why it matters.
KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk. Here's Bill Handel. We're just sort of filling in for Bill. He's been downstairs waxing his car.
That's what happens.
Checking his oil.
We continue on. Bathroom break. Don't even have time anymore. Okay. Back
You
again.
got to leave earlier, Bill.
Yeah, like in the middle of the show? Yes,
Right.
I do. All right, I want to come back and take another avenue on this decision that's going to overturn Roe v. Wade. And this is, I found this fascinating, and I have a personal story about this, not in terms of directly about abortion. I have never undergone an abortion procedure. I know that's a shocker. And that has to do with the perception and the argument that the pro-life people have, and that is a woman carrying a baby to term feels better, or the other way around, a woman undergoing an abortion is so guilty, has such emotional problems once that woman realizes what she has done in killing a human being. Which, of course, the other side says it's not a human being anymore, and I don't want to go into the definitions, but once a woman realizes, like Jane Roe in Roe v. Wade, who files a lawsuit, then becomes a pro-life person saying, oh my God, I didn't realize the implications of how guilty I am by undergoing an abortion. So there's a study, and it's considered the study in this field, the Turnaway study, that studied 1,000 women dealing specifically what their emotional feelings were about abortion. And here's what it found, is that women who undergo abortions are not guilty about it. They feel fine about it for the most part. I mean, overwhelmingly. Their mental health is fine. Direct contradiction to the argument that's being made by the pro-life people. Now, I want to leave the morality out of this for a moment. As you know, I definitely believe that the pro-life folks have a solid moral belief in what they're doing. This is not frivolous stuff for them. This is not only a religious, but a moral belief. And this is the one area in which I strongly disagree with the position, but understand it's a legitimate position. The anti-gay people, I think, are just crazy. There's no reason for that. That's insane. What business is it of yours if Steve next door wants to marry Brian or wants to have sex with Chris? And yes, I am referring to Chris Little in those regards. By the way, that's a lawsuit, Chris, just to let you know. As your lawyer, what I just said, you are entitled to sue me.
Okay, good.
Just wanted to let you know.
I'm just going to go key your car.
Yes, it's nobody's business. But when you come to abortion, that is a legitimate position to take. Disagree, but still. So I'm never going to argue with that. And so this perception that women feel guilty, feel terrible, understand that they're killing a human being and go through enormous guilt just isn't true according to the study. And here is a personal example of this. When I started my practice in surrogate parenting, and I mean early days, when I first started, there were exactly 2 lawyers in the United States that were practicing surrogacy. There was a lawyer out of Dearborn, Michigan, and then there was me. And that was it. And so when I started my team, we were accused of and attacked, boy were we attacked, by people that said, how dare you allow a woman to have a baby and give it to someone else? Effectively take it and have them sign a contract. And of course exploit women and all that, which was a bunch of crap. But just the very fact of giving up a baby, they didn't understand what emotional danger and damage that would be. That was the perception. Postpartum blues brought to a magnitude because the baby is being taken away. And we said, no, that's not true. These women already have a mindset that they're carrying a child for somebody else. It's a whole different view of viewing it, a whole different way of viewing it. Well, guess what happened? Our first group of surrogates went into depression and had serious cases of postpartum blues.
Yeah, sure.
And we went, okay, there goes my practice. Absolutely true that becoming a surrogate, having a child for someone, carrying a child, is going to put a woman